have always called me Peggarella.
It's late at night here, guys, and I've just watched part 1 of George and Peggy's final vows. Of course, they left me on a cliffhanger. I knew it. I knew they'd stuff me around somehow. Now, this was very interesting. I'm going to say something that maybe you guys won't agree with. I'm pretty sure you guys won't agree with me. I understand, wait for it, Peggy's mum. I completely and utterly understand Peggy's mum because the information that Peggy's relayed to her mother doesn't sound very promising. If my cousin Marzi came to me and said, I want to date this guy, he's crude, he's got no job, do you know what I mean? I'd be like, no way, no how. No way, no how. I'd be very, very strict on Marzi going out with the person that Peggy has described to her mother.
You're missing him, aren't you?
Yeah, of course.
Because it's a habit. She gets used to someone.
It's natural to miss somebody.
Yeah, you miss your dog when you don't see him.
Yeah, I know.
You know, you miss someone because they're not there.
I'm a bit like Peggy's mother. You're like, holy hell. I'm the hard ass of the family. What I would do if I was Peggy's mother, I'd be like, send George over here, let me get to know him. I want to get to know him, I want to know what he's about.
I adore so many things about you. Your humour, intelligence, classiness, beauty.
Now, George is a person that I know I would have been apprehensive about. Because if he come to me and started talking about rimming, I'd be like, oh my God, who the hell is this? I would not like him at all. I'd be like, oh my God, this dirty bastard. You know what I mean? I just would not like him at all. That's not who he's about. He's a person, he's a very rare person that you have to get to know over time. For example, Arthur, what you see is what you get. You can keep trying to change Arthur like Laura was trying to do. He's not going to change. That's who he is. And I love Arthur for it. I love who Arthur is. But George, there's a lot more to him.
Wow.
And he's thoughtful. He thinks
stunning.
things through. He thinks, oh my God, Peggy's a princess. I'm going to get her a rose from Beauty and the Beast. Do you know what I mean? And that's so thoughtful. Those things really touch me deep. You can get away with murder when you do nice things like that for me that are thoughtful. And yeah, I like that aspect. And their parents don't know that about George. I can understand their parents worried about work though, because that's a very important aspect of life. And if Peggy says he's got no job, why am I speaking like this job, George? But if Marcy come to me and said that the guy's talking to me about rimming, the guy's crude, the guy hasn't got a job, I'd be like, get out now. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'd be saying. But George is really a different person. He's an unusual person. He's the exception to the rule. You don't really see people like that. I'm being honest. Well, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen a guy who was that crude and who started out the same way that George has and has ended up here. As Prince Charming, I have to give Peggy props here. I do like how Peggy said, I'm just wondering if you aren't a prince, just a charmer. And I thought, ooh, I like that, Peggy, because I love quotes. I like that, Peggy. You did well there.
And it broke my heart hearing that my family didn't think you were right for me.
I think Peggy's 32 years old. It's about time she's moved out of the house, made her own decisions, and said, hey, I like this guy. I don't need my parents' approval. And her parents should say, look, I trust your decisions. You've made good decisions in the past. You've never let us down. They should trust in her. You know, my parents are like that with me. They're like, I trust you, love. I trust you. So, really? Really? And I kind of put up a stink and say, really? Is this all you want for me? Well, if he's good enough for you and you like him, then we like him.
You think he's the son-in-law that you wanted?
No.
I'm going to be honest with you. I know I've given Peggy such a hard time, but I do value her principles and morals because I have very similar principles and morals. So I'm not giving her a hard time about her principles and morals. I actually value people like that. It's just the way that she's gone about things and how she doesn't think for herself and how she's judgmental with George but not with the other people. That's what I don't like most of all. I don't like the hypocritical nature of Peggy, not her morals and principles. I really like them. I really like her morals and principles. Just the way that she's gone about things. And look at George. How can you not see his growth? How can you not say, hey, he's a good guy? He's a really good guy. That's my opinion anyways. Remember, I'm the hard ass of the family.
I'm going to say, whole different thing. I have a feeling that she's actually going to accept him. I don't think they're together now, though. But I feel like for TV, she is actually going to say, I accept you, George. Because I feel like she needs to have a happy ending for herself for TV because she's Peggy. She needs a happy ending. She needs to be the princess. She can't be left jilted. She can't be without a person at the end of the aisle. So that's my prediction here. I feel like she will say yes. I don't think they're together now, though. Maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong. But I feel like they're not going to last
I
anyway.
feel like a princess next to my Prince Charming.